Good evening, I'm Madison Carmouche. Earlier today in Hazard, Invest 606 hosted its 5th demo day, giving 14 businesses the opportunity to pitch their business for a chance to win $15,000. WYMT's RJ Johnson has more.
Investing in businesses within the 606 area code is something founder Jeff Marietta says is important for the future of the region.
The Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky, which Invest 606 is an initiative of, it believes about improving our communities and making our communities more livable, more equitable. And so Invest 606 is really about how do we build out this network and a foundation of small businesses that make our communities better places to live.
Business owners gave their first pitches towards a $15,000 prize.
It is one of the very first times that they've stood up in front of people and had to go and talk about their financials and their business model and what problem they're solving.
Marietta says it's all about networking and bettering new businesses.
It's about meeting that network of other business owners, and then we also provide $1,000 for them to spend on training and mentorship, and then they also get another $5,000 that they can spend on accounting and marketing support services,
which they will be helping with before the final pitch in April.
We're going to provide them individualized feedback, both from a public speaking perspective and also from a business model perspective, and so they'll be coaching provided to all the finalists from now until April, as well as they'll continue to get those resources that they need to make their business successful.
Win or lose, business owners will still be taking home a prize.
Then in the final pitch, even if they don't win the $15,000 grand prize or the second or third prize, every business will walk away with $1,000 in cash.
On top of the experience and everything they've learned along the way. In Hazard, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Marietta says it is always a great way to celebrate the hard work of business owners and what they put into their companies. Teachers from across the Commonwealth gathered for UK's Safe Students Empowered Educators Conference earlier today. The goal of the conference is to give educators a space to discuss changes in education. As the Kentucky legislation makes changes to how and what they can teach, the conference helped teachers talk through ways to dismantle hate and violence in schools.
A lot of the hullabaloo, if you will, around book bans has to do with the fact that there are so many adults who have forgotten what it was like to be young. But none of it is actually helpful to the people who are young now.
Nick Stone is the New York Times best-selling author who is one of America's most banned books and spends time visiting schools around the country to connect with young readers. February is Black History Month, and while some may not know the impacts Black voices have had on the region, there are places working to keep the record alive. Among its coal mining displays in Hatfield and McCoy artifacts, the Big Sandy Heritage Center and Museum in Pikeville highlights several Black stories that helped form the Big Sandy as we know it, from poet Effie Waller-Smith to coach and boxer Mayfield Pennington. Representatives with the center say they are working to discover and display the history some people may not be aware of.
Even though it may not be exactly the way you were thinking of it when you just kind of have a general idea of what Big Sandy history is, the Black component of it, the Black history component of it is there, and it's very important, and that's why we wanted to keep that on display here with our exhibits.
Belcher says public support keeps the stories alive, so you can visit the museum on the 4th floor of the Pike County Detention Center to see them for yourself. You can also find the hours over on our website. A farm owner in Letcher County welcomed people to teach them about a hidden gem in the mountains. Community members traveled to South Down Farms for the 5th annual Kentucky Maple Syrup Day. Seth Long started hosting Maple Syrup Day after learning how to make maple syrup and learning about the economic impact it has. Long says a University of Kentucky timber survey shows nearly 6.9 million maple trees are ready to be tapped in Letcher County, something Letcher County Tourism Director says makes the attraction much more special.
You know, this is something that all the maple trees and the mountains and the way that it can be fed down off the mountains, it's just something special for Eastern Kentucky, and I'm proud of Letcher County and what they have put out there so far with the maple syrup days.
Adams says having so many maple trees in their county is a resource she thinks they should tap into. Meteorologist Ben Beddoes will have a check of your weather after this break.